All of us are suffering, but East Bay drivers have it the worst. They're spending, on average, 1 year, 5 months, 1 week and 1 day over the course of their lives getting to and from work. That's according to the website, educatedDriver.org, which on Thursday published an interactive map of U.S. Census data that aggregates the time spent commuting daily. The results were not particularly surprising. The Bay Area is one of the worst places in the country to commute. Bay Area drivers in 2016 spent an average 59.5 minutes each day in cars and on transit, which together add up to nearly 465 days of our lives spent commuting, roughly 1 year, 3 months, 1 week and 3 days. Commutes were shortest in the North Bay, where drivers spent an average 56.6 minutes, compared with 67 minutes in the East Bay, 56.9 minutes in the South Bay and 64 minutes in San Francisco. And they're only getting worse. Commute times grew 14% in the Bay Area between 2010 and 2016 for all modes of travel, according to the Metropolitan Transportation Commission. But time spent in traffic, measured by the minutes spent crawling along at speeds of 35 miles per hour or less, grew a whopping 80% during the same time period. It's a trend that's happening in cities across the country, and it got the folks at educatedDriver.org thinking, how many days does the average person spend commuting to and from work over the course of their life? To answer that question, they started with some assumptions. The average person starts work full-time at 18, even though some people might start earlier or later, and stop at 63, the average retirement age in the U.S. They also assumed people work about 250 days per year, which accounts for weekends and 2 weeks of vacation annually. That all adds up to 11,250 days of working over a 45-year career. Then, they multiplied that number by average two-way commutes times. Across the country, commuters spent 408 days of their lives getting to or from work, or about 1 year, 1 month, 1 week and 6 days. That's about 14% less time than those of us in the Bay Area.